Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live. Come hang out. The weather's terrible outside, so let's stay in and chill out and maybe have some coffee and see what's going on. This is kind of a preemptive. I didn't plan anything, kind of off the cuff, and thought I'd see who was as bored as I was. Everybody's probably out Black Friday shopping. So I don't do that mess. Don't have no desire. Hang on 1 second, and I'm going to get a cup of coffee, guys. Should have had it done already, but I was going to go over to the shop, but it's freaking pouring down rain, and I personally don't want to get into it. So, and it's cold out. At least we're not like some of the people that got snow. I know Dennis and them got. All right, how's that? Is that better? See, you're smarter than I am, Gator. Don't take that much. Well, how's your weather down there? Ours is pretty much blows right now. We didn't get any of the snow, but we got rain, and it's been like a monsoon here for about the last 12 hours. I know Dennis and a bunch of them up north, they've got hammered with snow. I think I seen Dennis's little short he put out, looked like they had 6 inches of snow. Oh, you suck. 76 and sunny. Oh my God. Must be nice. I got to move. Got to move south. Well, at least you're able to do stuff. I was going to go over to the shop. It's raining. It's cold. And I need to run and get diesel for the heater. So, no, I bet an airboat pretty crazy if it's windy out. But I did a little Black Friday shopping, and I need to get some stuff put back together. No, I'm sure it's not. Well, I guess that's the key thing. They're like a big sail out there, and the big propeller, it gets your job done. So how many people does your boat hold? Is it like a two-seater, or can you take 3 or 4 people? Or I know people have different sizes of airboats. Let me go grab my coffee. I'll be right back. Leftover morning coffee, so ought to be good and strong. 3 max. I can do 4, but it isn't safe enough for it. Yeah. I know you were talking to Jane about the gators and stuff in the Everglades. You know, I wouldn't have a problem going out in the Everglades as long as they don't jump in the boat or you don't crash us and make us go in the water with the gators. Don't think that'd be really fun. So, bud, got a pup here wanting some attention. They definitely want attention, don't you? Say hi to the people out in YouTube land. He's a good little pup. That's good. I wouldn't like him jumping into boats. Yeah, we just got him not too long ago. He's all of our dogs are adopted from shelters and what have you. We don't pay for animals. We've lost several over the years, and we had 5 at one time. We're down to 2, and a lot of them have gotten old. We had one that we've had for 20 some years, and he finally passed. So he was blind and diabetic. Yep. He can still get around, go in and out the doggy door. So, yeah, you can too, can't you? His little buddy, he don't play, and this one loves to play. So, is that right? You love to play. Charles, is that your dog's name? Charles? That's this one here is called Bug. We didn't name him. They did from a place they called Rescue One. It's a local no-kill. I guess it's not really a shelter. It's an adoption thing. All of their dogs are in foster homes, and they take in quite a few. I don't know how many they have, but run strictly off of donations. So I think we've gotten 3 from them so far. A couple from the local shelter, 1 from the Humane Society. So what else is going on in Florida? I wouldn't even know what the season would be like in sunny, warm weather. One of these days, I plan on, we're going to start doing the holidays somewhere where it's warm. couple more years, hopefully we will. So. Work is slow. Have a dash panel to build today. And now, do you run your own repair shop or do you work for a company? Yeah, I imagine the boat repair shops here probably lay off, I would imagine, in our area. I don't know. Haven't had a boat in years and nothing fancy enough to take it anywhere to get it worked on. So, okay, contract for the marina. You own your own business. So you're kind of like, in a way, kind of like Pug, but he does semis. He runs his own business and he goes place to place to work on the semis. So lower overhead that way, right? Last time I bought a boat and tried to fix it up, I had to be towed back in. So I don't have very good luck with boats. Not that I wouldn't like to have one. I would like to have a pontoon. I think that'd be fun. So. Yeah, when if it becomes like a job, it's no longer fun, is it? That's where I think a lot of people make mistakes. They get a hobby and they enjoy it, and then they start taking on jobs and then deadlines and dealing with people and customers. Yeah, becomes a pain. So that's kind of why I like doing my own thing, and you know. Well, welcome the other two people that's in here. Come say hi and hit that like button. JB, how are you? Good to see you. Did you get any snow? We got tons and tons of rain. No snow. It was probably went about 40 minutes north of us. That's good. No snow is good snow, right? I know Twisted Mopire, he was posting his videos of the snow he got nailed with. Looked like it had about 6 inches and it was still coming down. I told him he could keep it. Ain't nobody got time for snow here. No, I kind of looked on YouTube to see if anybody that I knew was doing live streams, and I didn't see anybody. And I thought, well, what the hell? And I thought I'd jump on here for a little bit. I appreciate you guys coming. It's not the most active Saturday afternoon, don't appear. It's hard to do them in the evenings, step on everybody else's toes, but there's just not enough hours in the day to do them. People have lives. People have to work. All right, Gator. JB, you working on anything today? Or are you just trying to stay warm? I know it's got to be reasonably cool where you're at, because I think you probably get the same weather we get. Oh, plumbing job. No, I don't blame you. especially if you got to crawl on the ground or dig a trench. Either or. Yeah, that's what it is here too. And it's a damp because it's been raining, and it may still be raining outside right now. I don't know. It started about midnight last night, and it's constantly rained. But we need it. Both my ponds were just about dry. I'm probably down to about 2 foot of water in one of them. And that's the one that's stocked with fish. So that's not good. Not that they're big fish, but got plenty of bluegill in it. Used to have some big catfish, and they evidently have died off. Yeah, bad combination, cold temperature and wind. They said Monday, I think the high they're saying is going to be 32. 32 here. So you'll probably see that on Tuesday. I think 24 and 32. I don't do cold well. Then I found out 2 days ago, the furnace in the shop, it decided for the third time to shoot craps. So I'm either going to scrap it or end up paying somebody to come work on the damn thing again. Getting tired of paying somebody to work on it when I only use it a few times a year. But if I don't, I got to go get some diesel for the turbine heater. So. Oh, yes, that's going to stink. Yep, I don't blame you. Is it a flatbed you have to unload, or is it a box trailer? Always hated it when I worked. When I worked in a factory, we always had to go outside to unload the flatbeds, and it seemed like it was always winter when they made deliveries. And the forklifts we had were electric, and they had slick tires, so you know what that was like on the snow and the ice. That was a good time. That was a fun job if it wasn't for the people you work for were a bunch of jerks, but it's all right. Been many years ago. I just looking at the numbers. I guess the other day during Thanksgiving kind of spoiled me. Had pretty good chat, a lot of people, and kept going. But yes, I agree. The jobs I had for the most part, I really enjoyed them. I really did. Like you, there was times in the winter you just absolutely, you don't hate the job, you just hate parts of the job. And being out in the weather, one thing I hated to do was stand out and direct traffic in the wintertime. When I worked for Branson PD, the administration thought that Black Friday and I guess it'd be Black Saturday, that we needed to direct traffic all day for all the people that came shopping. So everybody had to work except for those who were not on night shift. You were assigned an intersection. You flipped the lights over to flash. And for 12 hours, you directed traffic. You got good at it after a while, but when it's sleeting and cold, it was miserable. Absolutely miserable. It was not fun. Actually, it was sleeting one day. I went to a different intersection, and you know how the roads get puddles on them. Some dually went by me and just splashed me and covered me with water. And I just had to put my head down. It was dripping off of me. The motorists behind him come in and said, I don't know what they're paying you, but it's not enough. And I said, well, I agree. It was miserable, absolutely miserable. I do not miss that part of the job. But everybody, I don't think anybody enjoyed it. But you got to do what you're told. Well, we got a couple more people in. Join the chat, people. Hit that like button. Welcome back, Gator. Oh, well. I think come Monday, I'm going to drag the van out of the shop and drag the Mustang in. See if we can't get that puppy running. And if we get it running, we may see what we can do to make it a burnout vehicle. Because I don't have any plans on actually putting it on the road. Not unless somebody shows up with a pocket full of cash that just has to have it, then I'd be more than happy to let it go. And if that happens, then I can get on the other project I bought. Yeah, it seems like there's always something to do. I can't say that I blame you. Are you talking about the trash truck, or are you talking about the Blazer? You've got the motor out of the Blazer, don't you? And you've got it at the machine shop. Okay. Well, I'm hoping this Mustang runs good, and I might enter it in the 6-cylinder bracket. Don't know if I'll be able to beat your record, JB, but you know, to me, it's not. I like to win. Don't get me wrong. I like to win, but I just kind of enjoy the hanging out and having fun and just kind of the whole experience, not necessarily the thing, but I do want to come to that thing you guys went and done a video on there by Nashville. I think that'd be cool. That's true. Don't know nothing about the winning, but even when I lost, I still had fun. So it's all good. Nothing wrong with a little healthy competition and smack talking, right? I don't know. Do we even have any new contenders for this next year yet? I was on the live. Hey, Dennis, aka the Snowman. How are you? Staying warm? You didn't this year, JB. I think JB said he wants something. I know Gator wants a big old box of snow sent to him. I'm sure you can make that happen, Dennis. Everybody feels the same way about snow. I don't understand why people live up north anymore. I couldn't do it. Especially these people way up in northern Michigan and Minnesota. Good God. Ugh. Yeah. Well, if you're smack talking your friends and stuff, it's all good. Ain't nobody takes it personal, or they shouldn't. Hey, Lars, how are you? As usual. Yep. Hey, at least you stop in, and I appreciate it. So, not a real super active chat, but we got some good people in here hanging out. So, yes. Well, yeah, everybody gets their freaking panties in a bunch over the littlest things. I mean, good God, quit wearing your feelings on your sleeve. Girl, what's that? Everybody's offended by everything. I'm offended by everybody getting offended. Oh, that's true. That is true, Gator. I tell you what, I'm sure you remember 9/11 and how everybody was together for several months right after that. It's too bad it can't be like that again. But unfortunately, our so-called leaders have divided and made everything the way it is for the most part. That's true. And my philosophy on that, JB, is that if you can't take it, if you can't take a ribbon and hard time, then you shouldn't give it out. I've known a lot of people in my life. They love to dish it out, but boy, if you turn the tables on them and try to give it to them, they get all bunched up. Then they get mad. It's like, well, can't run with the big dogs, right? Stay on the porch. At least I can see this chat a little bit better than I can on the phone. So that helps. Lars, are you working on a Saturday? Is that normal for you? Looking to see what the dog's getting into. Oh, he's on point again. He barks at every leaf that goes by. Okay. Yeah. There's been days I'd like to have somebody else's eyes. Did you get any of that equipment sold out of the shop, JB? Unless I misunderstood on your video, I thought you were trying to get rid of it, downsize a little bit. I would love to have a lathe, but I know nothing about how they work. Nor am I probably smart enough to operate it. Okay, next year. Yeah. Yep, I got to kick it in higher gear this year because kind of been a slacking on getting a lot of the work done, and it's starting to pile up here. Got to tackle the shop, and I'm gonna do a before and after a little bit on it. I'm still way in the before, and get the van back up, get the Mustang back up, and then I have another project that maybe a little over my head, but I want to get her done. For work, you got to figure out if it's a 4.3 isn't ruined. Okay, boat exhaust busted and filled the cylinders. Not good. Not good at all. I would like to have a 4.3 block. I'm sure it does come in handy. There's several times it's been nice to mill down a bolt or a bushing or something, Um, the grinder doesn't do the best quality, but we got to adapt and overcome and work with what we have. Compression on Monday, yeah. Well, that's what I'm gonna have to do on the Mustang. I'm hoping it's not the head gasket, but from my understanding, that if you do a compression check and there's a lot of difference between a couple cylinders, and you probably got a bad head gasket or a cracked head. So, but there's no water in the oil, and there's no oil in the water. So it spins good, even though it's set for a couple years. But maybe it's going to be something simple. Fuel pump, maybe. Bad valve, yeah, could be. Could very well be. I'm not looking to take the top end of the engine off, but I don't think anybody else is going to do it. So, oh, Gator, that's not good. It's got water or oil in the water. Yeah, something's broke somewhere. So on your airboats, do you run? I'm assuming you run radiators with them. You don't run the lake water through the block like an inboard does. I know nothing about it. That's why I'm asking. I don't know. Nobody up here has airboats. So. Bass boats, yes. Airboats, no. Vice versa. Okay. All righty. Some use air-cooled aircraft engines or car motors, boats that have a radiator. Yeah. Yeah, I know you was talking about the 502 Caddy engines. I imagine them are getting really, really hard to find. I think that's what they were. I don't remember exactly. I know there were 500 and 500 Caddy. Okay. Did Caddy make a 472 or something at one time? Yes, and a 472. Very good. Yeah. I did not see that when I said it. I never was a Cadillac guy, so never had much of a desire. The biggest cruiser I ever had was I think an Oldsmobile 98. Didn't have hardly a lick of paint on it, but man, it was nice for cruising. Floated down the road. Same block, different crate. Okay. Well, they had some good motors out there until the government did all that buyback stuff and ruined them all. From what I understand, my nephew's a mechanic, and it was kind of like basically pouring epoxy or cement in the blocks, so you couldn't rebuild them afterwards. It's just become a chunk of metal, and that's it. But I don't know. I wasn't in that line at the time, so. So, JB, are you doing water line or sewer line, or what kind of plumbing are you doing? I'd much rather do water line than sewer line. I just have to figure out something to put it in. I'm sure I could find something. Most of my crap right now is Ford stuff, but just because Chevy stuff and GM stuff in our area, kind of hard to get. And if you do find it, it's freaking expensive. You know, that's why them fix and repair daily vehicles are a little bit cheaper. And I'm a tight ass, so diverter valve is leaking in the shower. Okay. Well, hopefully you won't have to remove any drywall. That's the worst part about showers. Never had to work on one. I know they make a special tool to get in there to take that diverter valve out. Not that I don't have it, though. I have to build a deck in the spring. Now, I'm not looking forward to that. I don't mind building the deck. I'm just not looking forward to buying the lumber for it, because what I thought was going to cost about $800, no bigger than it's going to be, it's probably going to end up costing about $3,000. Sodium silicate was the crap they destroyed all the engines. Yeah. Cash for clunkers. Yeah. I couldn't remember that. Yep. I know they were really pushing for the car dealers to take the big old boats in. And that's probably where I'm going to say 90% of the Chevy Impalas went. Man, they used to be all over the place. The big old 4-door Impalas. They were damn good cars. And pretty hard to destroy. I know a lot of them got destroyed in the derbies, but hell, I'd love to have one of those again. No, it doesn't have the push-in valve. Okay. Wasn't for getting into it. It would be a good time to change it all out at one time. I've put a lot of showers in my life, but they were pretty much on remodels. So we were talking about some of these old cars that we all wish we had back, that we had growing up, that we were so stupid. And well, we weren't stupid, I guess. We just didn't know any better. That I don't know if you guys watched Thumper, little short over the videos of how the cars of the 60s and 70s, they were built for transportation, and they didn't really, they weren't considered so much a gearhead. They were just transportation, and everybody bought them to drive from point A to point B. Never thought about how 20 years from there they would be very valuable and very much sought after. So, or actually 40 or 50 years now, but man, there's so many cars I wish I still had, but what do? If we only had the foresight ahead of time. So 72 Javelin. Yeah. 72 Chevelle. Yeah. I was one of those guys. I think it was a 72 Javelin. I bought it. It was a repo from a finance company. I bought it and actually went over with the flatbed to get it. And one of those things I was going to fix up. It was just a roller. And well, that was 15, 20 years ago. I paid $1,000 for it then, just for a roller. And wish I had it back. It was in pretty decent shape. Another car I wish I still had was, it wasn't no muscle car, but it was a 79 Ford Ranchero GT. The reason I wish I had it back, because it was the last year they made them and was top of the line at the time. So, yes, I believe 301. It was 301 or 304. Might have been 304. I think it might be a 304 because they put them in some of the Jeeps back when AMC owned Jeep. or Jeep owned AMC or however it was. But I remember the V8s they put in the Jeeps, I believe, were 304s. Don't think I ever owned an AMC. Now the Javelin, I think, also had a 360 engine available from what I remember. But I have slept a couple times since then. So 304. Okay. Let's see. I think they made I think they put 360 in too. AMC, Kaiser, and International Harvester. Yep, they had a 5.9. List all of them they had. They had a 327, 304, 290, 287, 250, and 209. 360, 390, and a 401. I don't have no idea what years they were or anything without going into depth, but they had a pretty good selection. 390, yep. It's kind of funny how a lot of the different brands had same size motors. Ford had 390 back in the day. They were damn good motors. I know my brother had a Javelin. It was the biggest POS. You go to open the door and the whole door flexed. Terrible. Yeah, trying to find a Ford 390 would be like looking for a needle in a haystack nowadays. I don't know about you guys' area, but a 350 small block Chevy is hard to find here. But this area is big into the hot rods and muscle cars and a lot of car culture going on. So y'all hit that like button for me. Appreciate it. Really? Maybe I need to bring a semi down and load a truckload of them up. Could probably turn a profit up here. I mean, the parts are still readily available. It's just you got to have the block to get started with it. I guess you can still buy a crate motor, but it's all right. That's good. Well, at least you still got them down there. So, and they may up here if I dug far enough, but I really have nothing to put it in right now. The van's got a new motor in it, so it's got a GM Goodwrench motor. I've got the paperwork on it. I think it's got somewhere between 15 and 20,000 miles on the engine. That's why you need to stay in, Dennis. Don't go out unless you have to. That's why I didn't go over to the shop. I stayed in the house. I was going to go over to the shop, but then I figured by the time it took the turbine heater to warm up the shop to where I didn't have to freeze my noogies off, I'd spent 30 minutes doing that. And then, like when I done the live stream on Thanksgiving Day, I got it up to about 68, 69 degrees in the shop. And within 2 hours, it was down in 50s. And my shop is fully insulated, ceiling and sidewalls, doors, everything. So it just a tin building and it's freaking cold. You did live weather. Yeah, I seen that live weather report. That was the one where I was telling you I couldn't comment on it. Hey, Renegade, how are you? Thanks for coming in. 8 inches, headed 9, 10. Well, you just enjoy it. I looked at the radar, the kind of the big picture, and yeah, be thankful you're not in Michigan, Dennis. Casting was thicker, mains were thicker. Huh, I did not know that, Gator. I figured it was the other way around. JB, thanks for stopping in. I hope everything works out all right so you can have a nice hot shower. Jordan, how are you? Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Yeah, this is kind of an impromptu type deal. I kind of looked online to see everybody that I follow was live, and there wasn't. So I thought, what the heck? I'd give it a whirl. Captain Bad Bill, welcome. You got 3 inches in South Milwaukee. Wow. More on the way, the Lake of it. Bruce, welcome. Well, Captain Bill, I feel for you. I couldn't live up that far north. I hate the cold weather too much. I suggest staying in warm and getting something hot to drink. Bruce, you got snow? Half the world does, seem like. Well, I'll try to catch you, Dennis, if you go live. We still got company hanging out, so I think they're headed out tomorrow, depending on the weather. They have to drive to Indiana, so. I know it ain't nothing. I'm from the same area Dennis is at, and I still remember how to drive on snow. I did for many, many years in a 2-wheel drive without chains. Using the only tool I had was common sense, which is very uncommon anymore. Oh, I didn't know you were that close, Bruce. I bet it didn't miss you by much. Because I'm down here by Springfield. Actually, Branson area, so. I-70 is closed at Terre Haute, they said, huh? I don't think she doesn't have to go that far north. Yeah. I agree, Gator. That's true. You don't drive on, you drive through it. Yep. I did that one time with my 2-wheel drive Ranchero. Only problem, it lifted the car up and pulled me right into a drift. Needless to say, back then we didn't call tow trucks. We just went to a local farmer and they pulled us out with the tractor. On I-70 is a 50-car pileup? What a nightmare that would be. Huh. I'll be damned. I'll check that out when I get off here. So what do you do in the real world, Bruce? I know we've talked several times. I just, like I say, I'm just didn't know you were close to me. So close as YouTube is, that is. I had a new channel contact me from up in Springfield. He was trying to do a live stream. Well, if you ever get bored, Bruce, come on down. I'll find something for you to do. Yeah, he was trying to do a live stream today, and he's a fairly new channel, and he had never done one. So they made him wait his 24 hours before he could go live. So maybe he'll go live tomorrow. They had a few questions, and I tried to answer them the best I could. Buy one, get one free, huh, Dennis? A mower guy? Well, I don't need one yet. I've been kicking around the idea of making my version of a wheelbarrow go-kart. I know everybody and their dog's doing one, but I think I'm going to make one out of a stock tank. Kind of make a two-seater. May not be fast, but might be something cool to take to the No Name Nationals, kind of bebop around in. I was talking to a family member at Thanksgiving. They said they had a oblong stock tank they would give me. So free is good. There you go. Yeah. Well, I saved somebody had a KZ1000 motor for sale. And they showed it running. They had it on some type of lawnmower pulling tractor, and they were selling it $350. I didn't think it was too bad because it's shaft drive. So I think it'd be easy conversion. Hey, Rick, welcome. Just something different, something fun. So, like I say, not everything's about cars on my channel. So I kind of like to do some fun stuff too. But I always have ideas. A lot of times I have lack of motivation too. So yeah, I wouldn't need that heavy of a frame for the cart, but I damn sure would for the 472 in it. Might as well just put a tractor seat on the motor and call it good. You right? Just something different. Try to do something different than everybody else is doing, but I'm sure there'll be some fabricating on the tank. So people around here, they want $200 for a used one in bad shape when you can go buy a new one for $220. I don't understand it. Okay, Rick, we still have family here visiting, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it or not. Dennis, you need to go on with Rick. You guys have a blast. Oh, yeah, I forgot. There you go. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes it is better just to do it yourself. I totally understand that. I know a lot of people do a lot of group things, and more power to them if it works for them. But what am I doing? What am I doing, Dennis? I'm blabbing about nothing. Exactly. We kind of go with the flow, and whatever the topic takes us, we run with it. That's what I tell any new people that's going to do lives. And I know You've been right there with me, Dennis, on saying your audience is number one. You can't rant on your own projects. Have to be positive. Positive is key. Even though it's out of my wheelhouse sometimes, positivity is the key. Have a good time. Correct. You're putting a platform out there, Dennis, and your audience will stay if you talk and engage with them and have them make their thoughts as important as yours. I tell you, Kitty Pigeon, welcome. Yes, we are the show. I don't know. Good thing people don't have to pay for the show, right? Yes, you are correct. Engage the audience. Yep. Sound like we have people headed home. But lots of plans, not enough time. And Gator, I am about leftovered out already. And we got so much freaking food. Oh my God. I like turkey, but I'll like it for a day or two. And that's about it. We have intruders. And we take a lot of the leftover turkey and make turkey salad out of it. Kind of like tuna salad, but we make turkey salad. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Minor mishaps in the house. How we learned something, or how we screwed up something, maybe sometimes. It's all a learning experience. Lord of the Watts. Well, it's cool enough in here. I probably could, but definitely got a distinct chill in it. And boy, my knee can tell me that the weather has changed. Yeah, you have to admit your mistakes at times. Everything is not as it appears to be on the world of YouTube, especially with the big channels. Okay. Huh. Just reading the comments, guys. Bear with me. Like a couple little teenagers. Well, guys, I've been on an hour. And I appreciate y'all coming in. But I'm going to cut her short. Did I get the Mustang in the shop? No. I'm going to try to do that on Monday. I'm going to get the van out and try to get it Monday in there. Monday or Tuesday. No promises. Motivational issues here. And get it in. Start put some footage out. Kitty Vision, Gator Saw, Dennis, Renegade. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate y'all. And we'll talk to you another time.